Oh, already. Probably from earlier. Okay, so looks like we're on the air now. Now that ATC, you're the only other person in here right now. I guess we had three for at least a moment. Yeah, so I know you said you saw that I did get my latest episode of Squared Circle Calendar up, just reporting on some of the happenings in the world of professional wrestling in January '76. You know, and so that, I mean, now that I got that done, now I can get back to start watching classic wrestling again, going on to February of '76, like this week. So getting back on track with that after getting a little off track over the last few weeks here. So, anyways, of course, as always, we're going to wait a few minutes to let some of the other people kind of come in and stuff like that. As always, of course, I or still appreciate any. Like, oh, we're up to four people now! Yay, four people! Yay! Let's see. Let's see if there's. Hey, Dave. Hey, 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 hey! It's Fat Albert, and I want to sing a song for you, and then you know we'll be it too. Wow, we're getting real. Now we got five people in here. Yay, five people. I might actually. So now, we got 4 or 5 people. I might be able to actually get started around. Yeah. Glad to see you, Dave. Hope to see you here more often, man. Anyways, I'll be right back. I gotta just go off camera for a quick sec. I'll be right back, guys. Alrighty, I'm back now. And again, we're gonna hopefully wait to see if we can get some. How you been, Ash? Just wait to see if we can get at least a couple more people in before I get started. Um, yeah, of course, we're just. I don't know if you saw, Dave, but I got my latest episode of Squared Circle Calendar up. If you're into wrestling and pro wrestling, at least some of the history of it. If you want to find out what happened back in January '76, some of the highlights of that time period, you can go check that video out. Um, anyways, how you guys doing? I was responding to action earlier with what how my day was going, but how's your day going? Me. And well, that's good to hear. Let's see now. Now that we're in well, I'll be honest, no, that's just me. Solid's here. Well, hey, Solid, how you doing, man? Hey, well, it's been okay. My hand is still healing and strings. Hmm. Okay. Hey, Solid. Hey, back go, back go, da 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 da. Back go, da 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 da. Back go, da 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 da. Action, toys, channel, action. Toys Channel. Solid. Solid as a rock. That's why you say it. Said solid. Notice Tug never talks about Sophie Long anymore. Yeah, I haven't. Let's see if I remember correctly. Solid. Sophie Long was the little girl who cried out. Um, if I remember correctly, it was the outcry that was ignored by the Texas CPS. Um, Batty, but yeah, he had. I'm Batty, but yeah. Well, I don't know if there's really been much said. I think, as far as I know, if there's not really much more to have been said about it because I think what ultimately ended up happening, I think, as far as I know, she's now with her dad. Her mother, I think, might actually, her mother and or grandmother may actually even be jail now. So I'm not 100% sure because I hadn't heard anything, whether it was Tug or anybody else reporting on it, but it's been a while. But it's kind of like, well, I mean, that's the thing about jurisprudence too. We haven't heard anything. We haven't heard anything in Vic's case either in a while because we're waiting on the appeals. Sometimes court cases do that. There'll be like a lot of heavy activity for a brief moment, and then you won't hear anything because just going through the channel, just the process of going through the channels. Hey, back out toys. Is Sophie okay now? If she's fine, that would explain it. Yeah, as far as I know, Dave, as I was just saying, I think last I heard she was probably with her father now. I think her mom's in jail. Um, that's what I think. I believe I heard. That's why we hadn't heard anything. I think Depp Heard is more important than a young girl facing horror. Well, yeah, solid. Okay, now I think you're being a little too. Yes, I get what you're saying. I think in some ways Tug is maybe focusing a little too much on the Depp Heard situation. Not that it isn't a big issue in of itself. Okay, the whole idea of because it would set, if Heard was winning, then that would set a bad precedent. But I think it's a little unfair to dump on him over that. I mean, the Sophie Long, as from what I last heard, I think she's with her father now. Mother's in jail, so we're not going to probably hear a whole lot more about it at this point. There's just some final paperwork here or there. That's probably her and her brothers are safely in the father's custody, then mission accomplished. Remember, the daycare center in California that had so many accusations against it, the law had to be changed. That was in the 80s. I would have been an infant if alive at all. Okay. Psychologists and sociologists were proven to feed false info into children. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of another little thing I was thinking about. You notice how now they're opening up schools again. Now that Trump is no longer in office, now it's okay to open everything up again. You guys notice that, right? I'll give you an alternative reasoning for that. It's because Democrats want to brainwash the kids into thinking socialism is the best thing since sliced bread. Not laughing anymore. Um, Courts have to weigh children's evidence very carefully. Remember history, me boys. Yeah. Take advantage of impressionable children should carry life sentences. Hey, Mike Toys. Hey, Leto. How you doing, man? Hey, Leto. Hey, back yo. Hey, hi, Leto. Hi, Dave. So we got 6 people in here now. Pretty cool to get a good off to a good start. Hey, L. All right, L. Laugh out loud. Yeah. But in regards to Sophie, I think more or less, as far as we know, in the terms of the Sophie Long case, that I think is for the moment pretty much resolved. So we're probably not going to hear any more about it right now. So you know, I do get your frustration, Solid. I have some of the same frustration about that. Like for me, I wouldn't mind, Tug, looking, over some other stuff, but that's his one of his big things is the idea of people being unjustly accused like that, um, and that's how I think he's focusing more on how cancel culture damning effect on on society as a whole, and that's just probably the one. Um, I'm okay. It's my day off, but I haven't slept. Oh yeah, that's not a good thing, man. You need your sleep. Taking children that they were abused when they were not is criminal as well. Or telling children that they were abused when they were not is criminal just as well. And just saying, yeah, I think we can all agree there. Back up, you know. Yeah. Well, anyways, with a lot of you guys here, and now let's get off. Let's get off some of the nasty stuff now. Let's focus in on let's focus in on at least some more enjoyable stuff here. Let's kind of move forward. I got like 5 6 of you in here now, coming up on 13 minutes. So it's probably a good time to start getting into what we're going to be talking about tonight. So I got 6 stories tonight. Just as usual, just like got a story on indie comics. Got some anime stories, like 3 of those. One regarding Russia banning anime, one regarding Netflix, one Goblin. The second season of Goblin Slayer was also announced. Um, Bit of a profile piece on Teen Titans, but also, unfortunately, some sad news that I'll get into later. I'm sure you all heard about it. I'll probably go into the article and read a little bit more about it, talk a little bit more about it, but I'm sure you all heard of the passing of Dustin Diamond. We'll talk a little bit about that during the show tonight as well. But anyways, let's see what you guys have been saying here these last few times, and then let's get going on the Hey Leto, pop culture and comics. Mm-hmm. Hey Toys, how are you? I found a big stack of comic book trading cards, mostly Valiant. There's a bunch of Turok in there and posting them on mines. Yeah, I know we haven't started talking about Valiant yet because Valiant's a little bit more recent, on Friday nights. But I hope you'll have a chance, Dave, to catch more of the Friday night streams. And Batgoat and I are talking about this Friday. We'll be heading into November of 36. So just to give you guys a heads up. Banning anime is ridiculous. Yeah, that's one of the stories that we're going to cover tonight. Screech. Yeah, Screech. Screech, Batgoat. That's who passed away. But that we'll be talking about that a little later. So, anyways, without no further ado, let's get set up here. Let's get going on some of these stories. And here we go. Yeah, he did. Cancer. Yeah, it was some kind of carcinoma. I know that. But anyways, we'll read that article in a little bit here. Let's first up the first article I'm going to look at here, of course, is one regarding indie comics. 5 indie comics. Here we go. 5 indie comics that look worth your money. Okay, that's a bit of an interesting way of putting it. But let's see what they have to say here. While mainstream comics might be struggling with both DC Comics and Marvel Comics not even placing in the top 20 adult graphic novels for December 2020, according to NPD, there are plenty of really good independent comics that are finding success. And I wonder why they're finding success. Could it be that maybe they're staying away from politics? Da 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 da. Sorry, I laughed. That's just the Screech name. Well, Screech was his character. That wasn't his actual name. That was, thank God, Booger is okay. Booger is fine. Hey, Doodlebug, how you doing, man? Glad you came into the stream here. I hadn't done the voice actor profiles in a while, but I hope you'll stick around and check out what we're going to be talking about tonight and stuff like that. Hey guys, Doodlebug and somebody's been around for a while. He would join me for when I would do my VA profile premieres. So if you guys want to let him kind of say hi to him and get to know him a bit, make him feel welcome. Hey, from Revenge of the Nerds, right? Hey Doodlebug, hey Doodlebug. All right, just learned that Shin Sakura Awards is getting a dub. Okay. Hey there, Doodlebug. One of us, nice. Yeah. So if you guys can just make him feel welcome, that'd be appreciated. I know you guys can, so I'm not worried about it. So, anyways, back to the article here. What I plan to do with this article, and this is the author talking, obviously, which I hope to turn into a weekly column, is shine a light on some independent projects that look top notch all around, from the story to the art. These books won't be ranked in any particular order, but are simply a list of 5 independent comics that are currently available to purchase now and are being crowdfunded on various platforms. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Alien Alamo. Wow, Alien Alamo. That's an interesting one. Nice artwork there. That's some pretty crisp artwork right there. Look at that. So these gunfighters are going up against some kind of alien mollusk. It looks like. See what this one has to say. Alien Alamo comes from Bane co-creator Graham Nolan. Here's how he describes the story. It's 1957 and the Russians have just launched Sputnik into orbit. The world was changing and World War II veteran Travis Houston was struggling to adapt. All Travis wanted when he mustered out of the Marine Corps at the end of World War II was some peace and quiet and a safe place to raise his son James. But the horrors he experienced in the Pacific and the death of his wife have left him empty and distant. The meteor shower changed all that. Only it wasn't a meteor shower, it was an invasion. Creatures from another world want ours. and the only thing standing between them and us is a man, a boy, and his dog. The Houstons are vastly outnumbered, but they are Texans and they have each other. So the odds might just be even. Alien Alamo. Now you get it, right? The Alamo itself was considered kind of a long shot. Uh, let's see what you guys have been saying this since I last. I do the bug. I enjoyed Soccer Wars. Might look into Shin. Ian Sinclair as Seijuro, Karami Lee as Sakura, Stephanie Young as Anastasia, Amanda Gish as Clarissa, Amber Lee Connors as Hatsu Ho, and Sarah Wienhout as Azami. Also, Michelle Ruff reprises Sumiri. Sakura Wars, that old Dreamcast game. Granted, it's the anime and not the game, and not the game it's based off of. That's a lot of crabs. Yep, it is. Yeah, a lot of mollusks there. Wait, I'm thinking of a slice of life anime. Oki. This comic sounds great. Yeah, oh, he does. I mean, you look crab battle. Yeah, yeah. Alien Alamo does look. The art looks kind of crisp. That's for sure. Hey, excuse me a moment, guys. I got to go off camera for just a quick sec. Let's see now. Karami Lee is Uhura in Paladex and Pluto in Neptunia. Yeah, she's also Asuna in Sword Art Online, in the Sword Art Online franchise, Road Camelot and Soul Eater. She's done quite a few things. She's kind of become one of the big leading. Wow, we got 7 people here. It's been a while since we had 7 people for any reasonable amount of time there. A great job, guys. Anyway, so let's continue on with the article here. The book will be 48 pages long, fully colored. It is currently available to back on Indiegogo. So if you guys want to check out Alien Alamo, it's on Indiegogo. It's from Graham Nolan, so you guys can go check that out if you'd like. Let's see. Number 2, Owl Wars number 1. Let's see what this one's about. Owl Wars, huh? Oh, Owl Wars or AI Wars? Maybe it's AI Wars. It's AI Wars. AI Wars comes from writer John Del Arrows and artist Felsbug Formosa. Here's how Del Arrows describes the story. AI overlords enslave humanity, but a brave few fight for survival. Tom Palmer never wanted to be a hero. He just wanted to take his happy medication like everyone else in the AI controlled factory. But when an accident causes him to miss taking his injection, he gets pinned with a terrorist act caused by humanity's resistance. On the run, Tom Palmer must join the revolutionaries for his own survival. The hopes of future generations of humanity rest on its shoulders. Oh, I could see SJWs having a fit about this comic because this comic encourages revolution, which of course they don't want. They don't want us on the right, rising up against them like this. Anyways, the book is 24 pages long, fully colored. It is currently available to purchase on Amazon. And of course, I'm being a little lighthearted there with that. You know, I know I try to stay away from politics on here just because I'm gonna look into that. The artificial intelligence, unless it's a war against Peggy Bundy, a war of the ALS. Well, I thought it was AL, but it was actually AI. But let our great minds think alike. Laugh out loud. No, ma'am. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. I'm a Bundy. Laugh out. Love and marriage. Love and. This one looks like a pass for me. Reluctant, unprepared hero. Sounds like it could be humorous. So let's look on to the next one then. Number 3, Monster Hunt. Let's get cracking. Spelled as in the um, multi-legged figure, not the slang for cracking, but cracking is, the mythical creature. Monster Hunt. Let's get cracking. Monster Hunt, Let's Get Crackin' comes from creator Mike S. Miller, Mike Barron, from creator Mike S. Miller, Mike Barron, and artist Matthew Weldon. Here's how Miller described the story. Monster Hunt, Let's Get Crackin' brings together Lone Star and his unknown soldiers, together with Doug TenNaples' Bigfoot Bill and a few of his cryptid friends as they join forces with Mike Barron and Steve Rude's intergalactic executioner and one of the most popular independent comic characters of all time, Nexus. So it sounds like these guys really decided to really stroke their egos by putting themselves in the comics, which is cool and all that. It is cool, but it's just funny to see how it goes here. uh, Ego trip. Bound together by fate to save the world from the galactic devourer, Garamando. And the great space coaster. Get on board on the great space coaster. Off we go. The book is 48 pages fully colored. It is currently available to support on Indiegogo through In Demand. See what you guys are saying about that one. Okay. Oh, FFS Smiler. FFS Smiler. Interesting. Dirty Doug. Boo! Don't buy. These guys are backstabbing weirdos. Yeah, I know that Tug has had some issues with Mike Miller in the past. I know that much. But, anyways, moving on to the next one. Death Shroud. Looks very like a very interesting dark comic right there. Take a look and see what this one's about. Death Shroud comes from creator Chad Larson and artist Keenan White. Here's the synopsis. When a special ops mission goes wrong and his entire squad is killed, John Azrael is transformed into a creature from his nightmares. John soon discovers he's one of the Nephilim, and his very existence poses a threat to the established cosmic order. Ooh. With a conspiracy between heaven and hell against him, John embarks on a mission to take revenge on those who murdered his mother. Armed only with his wits and newly discovered powers, John must maintain the balance of cosmic forces while protecting his fiancée Elizabeth from Cobalt City's corrupt leaders in this action packed anti hero adventure. The book will be 22 full pages fully colored. It is currently available to back on Indiegogo through In the Band. Let's see what you guys are saying about that one now. And I hope you guys are kind of kicking or liking my kind of emphasis voice there. I'm an EVS fan. I know the whole history. I saw both of these men do weird childish things to Naple and Miller. Yeah, I know Doug is doing he's got his own he's doing his own little channel now, more on politics. Um that looks bad. Yeah, it does. Kind of a dark comic there. Oh, Spawn, Ghost Rider, got it. I guess you could say that. Yeah, I'll pass on that one. Okay, so anyways, this I guess is the last one here. She Haikyo! She Haikyo! Oh, look at that. Couple of spear women right there. Oh, and they do not look happy. I don't think I'd want to mess with those two. What about you guys? Let's see. Open the extensive room tonight. Laugh out loud. Who? What kind? Anyways, okay. So let's can Shihikyo. Let's see what this one is. Shihikyo comes from the creative team of Billy Tucci, Steven Peros, Gardinio Lima, Brian Miller, Mindy Lopkin, Niall Scala, and Deborah Tucci. I wonder if Billy and Deborah are related. Here's a story synopsis. After the terrifying events of Return of the Warrior, Anna Ishikawa must now save her teenage daughter, Hotaru, who's been kidnapped by a murderous copycat killer. But to do so, she's forced to ally herself with her lifelong enemy, the manipulative Masahiro Arashi. What if it is all a ruse and Anna has fallen into a trap set by the Yakuza Oyabon? Find out in Shi Hakyo, the 64-page full-color sequel to Return of the Warrior. This action-packed psychological samurai thriller reunites Shi creator Billy Tucci and writer Stephen Peros with artist Gardinio Lima, colorist Brian Miller, letterer Mindy Lopkin, and designer Niall Scala, for a journey that takes the reader deep into the haunted ruins of New York's Roosevelt Island, as a mother must embrace death so that her daughter may live. Da 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 da. Shihakyo is 64 pages long. It is currently available to back on Indiegogo through In Demand. What book are you backing? What have you been reading that's good? Love to see if they put one of Tug's books up. That'd be very nice to see. Lucky. I mean, nice. Last comic I ever bought was Ghost in the Shell from Dark Horse, which was amazing. But I only bought here and there, depending if the cover looks badass. Um, it has a set of crossbones on it. Laugh out loud. Let's see. Billy is a good dude. Um, that's his wife, I believe. Ah, okay. Yar, matey. Laugh out loud. Hope you guys enjoyed the way I read those descriptions. Think I'd spice it up a little bit there. It's Bumbu. So claps. I back Littlest Umbrella. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, I still have that link down there. I kept it down there, even though I'm not sure if Tug is still doing anything with that or not right now. Well, I'm going to look into Alien Alamo for sure. That one looks pretty good. Um, do you guys know I'm in the first Tug? Oh, you are? I didn't know that. Really neat. Really, Bad Goat? Only got Tug's second comic. Yes, sir. Myself and um, Yama Higante and Red Ring of Death were his favorites from chat, I guess. I like the enthusiasm. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, it's a way to spice things up, not just give you just the news, but also put a little excitement into it. Maybe you guys will get inspired. I know Leto has already said he might check out the Alien Alamo comic. I'll scan the pic and show you guys on Friday. All right, we can look at that as we look at it, as, at some point during the stream there. Back go. That's badass, Bat Goat. All right, give me a sec, guy. I gotta go off camera real quick here. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back now. So let's move on to the next article then. Three of them from here. Yes, this is the one that we were talking. One of the ones that we were talking about a little bit earlier. The idea of Russia banning anime. Sounds cool, Batco. He will look. I'll look forward to that. And is the comic page big enough for the facial hair? An interesting question. Yama is a good dude. He's a mod on a lot of streams. Um, moved to Colorado at Lucky. Um, yeah, I think I've seen his name on there before. I've allowed Peter Gilmore drew me as an actual goat with bat wings. Pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. That goat was a Civil War actor. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. All right. Well, anyways, let's move on to this next story here. You can see, looks like Light and Ryuk from Death Note right there. Russia banned several anime titles, including Death Note and Tokyo Ghoul. Let's see what the communists have stuck up their rear ends here, folks. A court in Russia has moved to ban several anime from the country, including Death Note and Tokyo Ghoul, over fears that teenagers would emulate the quote unquote violent content featured in each respective series. Yeah. Could you really imagine? Well, yeah, kids probably write Death Note codes, but still. Anyways, as reported by the Moscow Times, St. Petersburg Kolpinsky District Court has ruled to ban Death Note, Tokyo Ghoul, and Inuyashiki, with state prosecutors arguing that every episode contains cruelty, murder, and violence. Yes, this coming ironically from communist country that probably does the same thing to its own people. This ban comes just 1 month after the St. Petersburg court system registered 5 similar lawsuits against 49 total websites. At the time, state prosecutors also requested that the country ban Naruto, Elfen Lied, and interspecies reviewers for similar reasons. And yes, Elfen Lied is, I mean, I think we all know a bit about um, interspecies reviewers there. Um, Give me a second. I got to go off camera here for just a quick moment. All right, sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Let's see what's been said here since I last was here. Let's see. Let's see. A few things, man. You guys said a lot of things here. I last checked. Let's see. See that. A Beauregard goat to you, sir. I thought the article read Russian banned several, and it did. Death Note is like one of the best anime series ever, in my opinion. Hold up, I don't know how seriously to take you right now. If you really are, that's neat. I think Steins Gate is a really good anime. Yeah, I've seen that one too. That one's interesting. Steins Gate. See, I was joking, like saying I'm an old Civil War colonel named Beauregard. Huh. I guess they will also try to ban Redo Healer as well. Yeah, I've been here. Well, heard there's been some controversy there with that one too. To be fair, Russia is very capitalist these days. Where can you watch Redo? Bible Blacks is a good anime. Mike, you should watch it. Hadn't heard of it before. Here you go. Bruh. I may at some point get to it at some point, but we'll just see. Both of us is good though. Let's see. Sentai Filmworks licenses Redo streaming rights and have it up on High Dive. Okay. The Houston-based voice crew, basically. Stop it, action. Um, seriously, Doodle. I like High Dive. Time to renew it. I had to drop it because I was caught up on the shows and let it lapse. But looks like I need to get it again. Redo got away with some really explicit stuff, especially the uncensored version. Well, yeah, I mean, if you buy an uncensored version, you should have a right to watch the uncensored stuff. Hmm. Anime titties. Okay. Uh, yeah, well, if you guys like anime titties, just watch just about any slice of life anime. You'll eventually see some. Uh, Redo of a Healer's the one where they drugged the guy and Princes allowed her people to rape him for a year. Ooh, 4 years actually. Okay. No, no, Mike. No, no. Watch Bible Black. No, a dub of Bible Black is hilarious. Quiet Dave, laugh out loud. It's a good anime. Laugh out loud. What is Bible Black? Is it bad? You guys are laughing, so I'm guessing. Again, I've never heard of it, so up until I haven't heard of it, so you know, if it's dubbed, there will probably come a point I may check it out. Just, but it'll still be may depending upon when it came out and stuff like that. If it's something relatively new, it still may be a couple of years before I even get to it. Um, it is alt anime. Slice slice of titties anime. Sounds bad just by just by being called that. Yeah. Well, anyways, let's get on with this article. You know, so the ban currently appears to only extend to digital distribution and streaming platforms as Death Note and Inuyashiki, okay, Inuyashiki were banned from distribution on two websites, while Tokyo Ghoul found itself barred from only one website. Excuse me a moment, I gotta go off camera again real quickly here. I'll be right back. All right. Watch it, you will finally be the answer the balls and no balls question untruthfully. Okay. Um they're jaded. Gross. Oh boy. Uh alt anime to anime like cow arts to all animation. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. I've been jaded since morning stream. I took too many L's. Ah, I'm done with this joke. It's hentai. It's not vanilla either. Okay. Um, I got two orc minis printed. Laugh out loud. Okay. Anyways, back to the article here. According to the state-run RIA Novisti news outlet, these bans currently only apply to the specifically named websites, though as of writing, the sites in question have not been widely identified. Oh yeah, this is a scene from Elfin Lied right here. And that one was pretty graphic too, Elfin Lied. I saw that one before. Troublingly, this is not the first time the country's government has taken action against the distribution and purchase of anime and anime related products. In October 2020, it was discovered that Australia had begun to enforce a ban on the import of hentai and other adult anime products into the country. And yes, we remember talking about that. That was a big story back in 2020. 1 month later, in November 2020, the French government restricted access to the popular hentai outlet uh, Hentai, accusing the site of hosting images of child porn, despite the site dealing exclusively in illustrated content. Oh, that must be Naruto with his sexy clone jutsu there. What do you make of Russia's move to ban anime? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments below. Yeah, we already saw those. How about Leto? Nice action. Have you guys watched Yellow Flash's streams lately? I peeked in on it a couple times. I didn't really stick around too. I know Tug was on there. Nick Rekieta, Drexel, Cecil, Star Wars Girl, and Art Raging Golden Eagle. There were like, was it like seven people there Saturday? I peeked in on it. Didn't really stick around too long either time I was there. I'm subbed to Flash, but YouTube. I'm subbed as well. I do get the notifications. I just, I haven't been going there as often. I did see his first video that we put up this morning. Um, Trying to remember now what it was. It was kind of a ridiculous thing. Oh, it was the video Flash did this morning was the one about, I guess, this one girl wrote an article as to why women should quit drinking because the more they drink, the more they supposedly help the patriarchy. That was kind of a interestingly funny, if not ridiculous, sub to many. I'm an Adaptus Mechanicus player myself, but I wanted to see how the orcs turned out. Why don't they just bump up the rating on the animes for those nations? That Star Wars girl doesn't seem to be knowledgeable on anything other than Star Wars. I heard of her, but I don't like Star Wars, so I usually just ignore the channel. Yeah. Redfield, I think that that's why she's called Star Wars Girl. That would probably make a lot of sense there. I bet these ladies won't give up the red wine. Red wine goes to my head, and then little UB40 action there at the Action Toy channel. She seems a poor fit for y'all Flash's stream. Well, maybe, but if he likes her, then I mean, you know, love UB40. Sing it. Red rhyme, make me feel so fine. Prohibition didn't work. Well, yeah. Well, one of actually, one I now that we did talk about that, one of the things I even kind of noted, I commented on the video was he was talking about the underground bars. The underground bars that he was referring to were called speakeasies back then. Because the idea was you'd speak easy about it. You'd go to one, you'd knock on the door, they'd open it up, you'd have to give them a password, and then they'd let you in to drink the. Um, True, but she's most likely eye candy. Well, I don't. How can she be eye candy if they're all using their avatars when they're on? Okay. I mean, even Nick, who normally, you know, when he's on, he usually will, he won't speak from his avatar. He'll be live there. But even on Flash's stream the other night, they were all using their avatars. Now I know Flash, and I understand why Flash and Tug don't like to show their faces on screen. Okay, they're afraid that people, with the way people have come after them, if they show their face, I get that, but still, how can if you're gonna argue, well, maybe Star Girls is eye candy. Well, how can she be eye candy if she's basically still like everybody else? She's just kind of hiding behind her avatar, or kind of being behind their avatar. Boardwalk Empire had a lot about this great show. Is she hot? I'm not loud. Head over to the barber shop and slide into the speakeasy. See, see, yeah, see. Rattle 'em, boys. Yeah, that's true, Mike. Star Wars girl has some assets. Okay. I mean, okay. From what I gather, from what little I know and heard of her, I'm guessing she's probably 20 something. A 20 something. She probably is a genuinely attractive girl. I would, if I had to wager. Okay. But again, to just call her eye candy in this way, you couldn't if they're not even seeing her. But I do get it. I mean, even without seeing her, though, her personality probably comes through on the mic. So how about loud, Mike? She was just doing that for a multi-guest panel. She's a pretty girl, yes. I unsubbed to her long ago. I never subbed to her only because, again, I'm not really into Star Wars. It's like, you know, um, like for the most part, I've subbed to a lot of people, but I haven't unsubbed. The only few, I think, the last person I may have unsubbed to might have been Sen. Okay, he was probably the last person I unsubbed to, but that's a different story for a different day. Just looked her up. She's pretty, but I remember her. Actually, if I do, actually, now that I think about it, if I do remember, because I think there was a picture of her that was circulating online. What was it, about a year or so ago? I've been a little over a year ago. In fact, I think towards the end of, see, we're into what, 2020, so probably towards the end of 2019. Um, when Vic was out in Bell Gardens, I think she was there during that autograph signing at the at that awesome collectibles or whatever that place is called. That the only thing Star Wars related I still care for is Knights of the Old Republic games, and there's going to be a new game in the works. I've covered some Star Wars story, with the New Republic, releases and stuff like that. But I think she did a cover art for a comic book that had Vampirella and didn't like the art. That's another reason I ignored. Um, I jumped on the bandwagon a long time ago when Jeremy gave her props. It was like under 10,000 K subs, and I didn't like her streams. Did you also see Sean Schemmel has a Twitch channel? and ended his stream because he's blasted by Vic supporters. Doesn't surprise me, but then the whole Vic Sean feud is I think most people I think most people who are in the know who are relative I think most people know the situation there and why that's a situation. But for those who don't, Sean doesn't like Vic because Vic is a Christian and Sean was raised in a very strict Christian household. I think Sean's dad was like a pastor or something like that. Sean didn't like, you know, the biblical teachings and and because Vic is very faithful to his faith, Sean hates him for that. So generally what's going on between those two. Let's see now. Yeah, we've been kind of we've been kind of off track. We've been having some good conversations going on here. Senpai, that POS, what a delusional little. Yeah, as I said, I unsubbed to him a while back just because. Well, basically, what happened was I was one of the last ones to still support. Yeah, I think her name was, or her or his name, whatever, was Rookie. Um, and he was saying that I was being an apologist, but but I just figured, not really worth it. So, anyways, oh yeah, he lost his cool and started going on about Vic Trump and Biden. What Sen? Again, I haven't really watched him or I heard about the new Kotor in the works. I'm honestly hoping Squeenix does it. They did a great modernizing FF7. Yeah, he went psycho, weird, very good. Oh, you talking about Sen? Are you guys still talking about Senpai? Senpai home? Jeremy the quartering? No, Jeremy is still Jeremy. Haha, solid was this recent. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Sean also deleted his stream, but people archived it. But I like Hambly too. Zen is a goof, but I don't hate him. Yes, it was this Saturday. Yellow Flash and his crew were watching live on his stream. More than a goof from what I saw. I used to be a mod for him back in the Supergirl. Um, back in the Supergirl, send cheating on Discord and all kinds of weird stuff. Yes, Sean also not liking Biden means he's a Bernie bro. Yeah, I think quite honestly, I think a lot of the Funimation people are Bernie bros. I think for the most part, I think a lot of Hollywood are also a bunch of Bernie bros. A lot of means, Senpai, that the guy who is complaining he wasn't getting air time on Nick's stream. Okay, I don't know about this recent thing with Sen, but I can't hate what I don't really give any thought to any. Yeah, yeah, guys, you know something. I think we've all had enough of talking about Sen. Okay, I think I think let's move on from Sen because he's not really worth our time. Now apologize to Mike for swearing out loud. Internet never forgets. Hello to everyone watching. Yeah. We're up to 8 people now. I think. And wouldn't it be funny if this last thing I want said on Sen here, what I'm about to say here, because I think we should move on from him. But you know, it'd be funny if then I find out a few days later that he starts talking stuff about me because he thought I was talking about him. you know, um, I just hope that doesn't happen because I neither need nor want the drama. Jeremy was awesome when he was exposing pedos and his rant about magic. Laugh out loud. Those were the days. Um, I was asking to the lurkies, Leto. Hi. Hey to those who are coming in who are a bit newer, welcome. Hopefully we'll make you feel welcome. Normally we don't really talk too much negative stuff here. We just, some of us a few of us been around the block a bit, so we know some of the cast and characters that are out there. But we do try to keep up on, I've only done 2 of the news stories here. And we're already past the hour mark. I should probably go in here and get through these rest of these. Laugh out loud. So when Senpai said that one thing about, I'm sorry, Mike. That's okay, Leto. Hee hee. Oh, maybe it's Anon on his way home. Jeremy dismantled the pedos at Wizards of the Coast. I'd say more than likely Dave. Let's see. Yeah, sorry. No problem. Let's guys, come on. Let's try to move. Let's try to move on. We're being naughty. Yeah, I know, Batgo. We're being humorously naughty. I think it's time to get moving on to the stories. Yes, let's do that. Yeah, I judge program back up. Okay, so yeah, let's get back to the stories here then. Moving on to the next story. Just check my notifications real quick there and now. So let's move on to the next story here because we had 6 planned for tonight. I only got through 2 of them. So, we're gonna try to breeze through these a bit more quicker here. Netflix announces release date for Pacific Rim The Black alongside new trailer. Netflix released a brand new release date for the upcoming Pacific Rim The Black series alongside a new trailer. The show will arrive in Netflix in just over a month on March 4th, 2021. Along with the release date, they released a brief teaser trailer for the show that reveals the series will be set in Australia. The trailer states cities throughout Australia continue to fall. Reports are confirmed to be breaches for an unknown hellscape. We then hear from what appears to be one of the main protagonists. He states, Kaiju have taken the continent, so help is coming. A female protagonist then adds, what are we going to do? The male protagonist states, initiate the drift. Trailer that ends. That. The official description from Netflix reads: after kaiju ravage Australia, two siblings pilot a Jaeger um, to search for their parents, encountering new creatures, seedy characters, and chance allies. Series comes from Legendary Pictures and Polygon Pictures. Polygon Pictures, based out of Tokyo, has made a name for itself in animation, creating the Godzilla trilogy for Netflix, beginning with Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters, and ending with Godzilla the Planet Eater. They have also recently worked on Transformers War and Cybertron trilogy in collaboration with Allspark Animation and Rooster Teeth. Yes, our friends at Rooster Teeth. Sarcasm added. Um, Polygon also worked on the adaptation of Haruhisa Nakata's Levius series that follows a young fighter as he engages in the new sport called metal boxing. Yeah, actually, it's kind of funny because I think actually, what was it, last year or so? Toonami actually premiered the English dub of a metal box anime as well. So finally, Polygon Pictures also worked on Ajin Demi-Human, um, which is an anime adapted from um, Gamon Sakurai's manga. Nevertheless, their animation is usually pretty top notch. What do you make of the teaser trailer for Pacific Rim The Black? Will you be checking it out in March? Well, that's all for that. Let's see what you guys have been saying about that. Okay, so let's see. Russia anime boobies. Sorry. Whoa. Um, this CG anime that looks D. Um, I'm not expecting anything but garbage from Netflix after their treatment of Death Note. I mess on them. I poop on them. Poopy poopy poo. I aggregate Leto CG in anime. Look, does look good, but not CG only anime. Oh, that real life adaptation was garbage. But I do like they have Death Note anime on to watch anytime. Anonymity, 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 anonymity. Hey, hey, evening, everyone. Just got home, going to make something to eat. All right, cool. Glad you're here, anonymity. Anon. Hey, Anon. 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 Hey there, Anon. I'm gonna watch it. Good vibes. I like Pacific Rim movie, the second. Still kind of liked it, but not as good. Gods will be we all gods we all sound like those lonely guy girlfriends right now. Spriggan is also getting a Netflix anime. Up about Dave We Stink. Oh boy. Oh for the fun of it. um I can turn off my brain for Pacific Rim, I think. That was their intention. And good when you can find something you can just turn your brain off to. Heard Spriggan is supposed to be great. I'm hyped for a record of Ragnarok as well. Okay, so moving on then to this last story here in the anime section. Then we got a couple TV ones that I'll probably go through. One of them being the Dustin Diamond story. So first, before we get to that, Goblin Slayer officially announces second season release new teaser visual. Okay, so D.A. Bunko, the publisher of the original Goblin Slayer light novels, has officially announced that the series' anime adaptation will be receiving a second season. And I guess there's some of the artwork from Goblin Slayer right there. After a noted period absent of Goblin Slayer related news following the premiere of the series' first film, Goblin Slayer Goblin's Crown, the eponymous hero's return was announced on January 31st during a live stream hosted by G.A. Bunko in honor of the publisher's 15th anniversary. They've been around since 2006, huh? And then I guess here's the English new information. Goblin Slayer TV animation second production decision. Teaser visual also released for the first time. Please check Twitter and official website for more information. Official Twitter, anime official Twitter. Alongside Goblin Slayer's return, the publisher also revealed two new pieces of teaser media, including a brand new key visual. There's some of the visuals there. And a recap of the series' main party members, presented in the form of a short trailer. The series, originally created as a light novel by Arthur Kumo Kagyu and artist Noboru Kanatsuki, follows the exploits of a man known only by the titular moniker of Goblin Slayer, as he seeks revenge against the race of monsters that massacred his village. I'm not saving the world, I just kill goblins, reads the official synopsis for the series provided by Crunchyroll, where the series' first season can currently be viewed. It adds, rumor has it that in a certain guild in the middle of nowhere, there is an extraordinary man who has climbed all the way to the silver rank just by killing goblins. At the same guild, a priestess who's just become a new adventurer has formed her first party, and the man who ends up rescuing that party when they get into trouble is none other than the Goblin Slayer. Classic motif there of experienced veteran joining a young party to mentor the youngsters. Unfortunately for fans excited to once again embark on an adventure filled with danger, magic, and goblin guts, a release date for Goblin Slayer's second season was not announced during the live stream. Are you excited for more Goblin Slayer? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments below. Well, that's all for the anime and all for founding in the comics site here. Um, See now. See. Hey, hurt. Okay, hurt spring. We think we read that. Some of us are married, and we still act like whatever an incel is. I've heard that term before, but never really understood what that really meant. Everyone is an incel now. Ha ha ha. Hey, Leto, I watched that Shining deepfake you recommended and laugh out loud the whole time, and I'm like, Jim Carrey would have been great in this movie. Remember, I'm a grandpa, so I'm more of MGTOW due to lazy. Uh, I hope Project Arms get a remake if Spriggan does well, since they left out the actual final arc, few characters, and could use a better animation budget. R.I.P. Kirby Morrow too, who voiced Rio. Yep. Control Alt Face does good work. Ha ha ha. Yet, did you watch Home Stallone? That loud. Bat Goat. Not yet, Leto. I did watch the Stallone Terminator. Let's see. Well, we're coming up on. I'd better hurry along here. My favorite deep fake was Back to the Future with Robert Downey and that new Spider-Man kid. Laugh out loud, Dave. Oh, YouTube knows what you saw eventually. Algorithm will lead you to it. Uh, Truth Leto. uh, Bill Hader doing an Al Pacino impression. Um, are the deep fakes where they blend in the face of or something. Never watched Goblin Slayer. It has been a lively crowd tonight. I hope the Goblin Slayer bridged folks didn't fully quit. I hate goblins. Involuntarily celibate. Okay, is that what incel is? Ha ha ha! The MGTOW grandpa. Um, I like the how to pick girls up in a dungeon. Yeah, I've heard of that title. That one's one I hope to watch at some point. That sounds like an interesting title. Not the abridged version, but the actual version. Um, oh, he does not mentor Goblin Slayer. Only slays goblins. Um, got about Project Arms. Never got to get into that one yet. I've seen it. I've seen it twice. It's pretty interesting. Bit on the gory side. Laugh out loud. Um, really enjoyed Goblin Slayer. All right. Well, anyways, now trying to move on to the next. And actually, the next story is one that I touched upon earlier tonight, which is, of course, probably the sad story of the night. I can find it. Oh, here we go. So this is the one that we kind of brought up earlier tonight. Saved by the Bells, Dustin Diamond dies at 44. Before we get to that, let me just get caught up again on some of the things that have been said. Okay. In Railgun, Toma gets his Magic Breaker arm ripped off, and numerous dragons emerge and negate Misaka's out of control powers. Um, be sure to look up the manga once you finish the Project Arms anime 2001. Um, whoa, WTF? Was that Carmen? Yeah, well, I think it was. If you're talking about when I was scrolling down. Yeah, a newer Carmen Sandiego, as it were. Looks like I'm in for some entertainment. All right. Well, anyways, guys, moving on to the next story here. This is something that we kind of alluded to earlier. Saved by the Bells, Dustin Diamond dies at 44. Now, I know many of you probably grew up watching Saved by the Bell back there in the 90s. And of course, Brand. One of the things when I was looking up Dustin's Wikipedia page, um, prior to it becoming Saved by the Bell, the first season, when they were in junior high, was actually called Good Morning Miss Bliss, starring Haley Mills. Um, so he was on that too, which eventually became Saved by the Bell. But anyway, Saved by the Bells, Dustin Diamond dies at 44. Saved by the Bell star Dustin Diamond passed away on February 1st at the age of 44 after being diagnosed with cancer in January. And you see him at Screech right there, at Max, in a scene where they're at Max, a local diner in Bayside. Saved by the Bell star Dustin Diamond passed away on February 1st at the age of 44 after a short battle with cancer. In January, Diamond was hospitalized in Florida after experiencing severe body aches. Tests soon confirmed that the actor had stage 4 carcinoma, small cell carcinoma, and by the end of the month, he'd already undergone his first round of chemotherapy and was preparing for a second. Yeah, this sounds like it was a pretty fast acting cancer too. Yeah. Let's see there. I enjoyed Netflix, Carmen, but they nearly killed themselves because Netflix is greedy. I saw an article about Dustin earlier. R.I.P. Yeah, I'm reading this one right now. I kind of saw something on it too earlier. Has anyone else finished Bleach manga? Um, I just watched the girls from Saved by the Bell. Yeah, I was surprised that it wasn't over the top with SJW goodness. It was a pretty good cartoon. I liked the twins. Uh Paying animators like slaves. Anyways, yeah, sucks about Diamond. 44, that's sad. That's sad. That's a young age. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he caught a fast acting form of cancer too. That small cell carcinoma there. I didn't finish reading, but I watched the last bit of Thousand Year Blood War on those manga and anime videos on YouTube. Let's see, and on You'll Love the last arc. Cancer is BS. I hate it so much. Yeah. Well, you guys know that my dad passed away like about a month and a half ago from colon cancer, so I understand that too. I was in college when Saved by the Bell premiered. No wonder I've always hated it. He was a very real guy, maybe not the most likable, but he was real. I haven't finished Bleach. Um, let's see. Hey, you guys are really lively tonight. Yeah, he was involved in celebrity boxing a few years ago too. Back Goat, the first episode, um, or SH or Saved by the Bell, made me feel gross. Um, Celebrity MMA, I have a lot of toys. Cancer. Sorry to hear that, Mike. Cancer. Not my grandpa and almost not my dad. Um, and bar fights with broken bottles. Rest in peace, you crazy bastard. Yeah, so let's continue with the article here. Diamond has played Samuel Screech Powers since the first Saved by the Bell series, which aired in 1989 to 93. Now, as I was reading earlier, there was a season before that aired on Disney Channel, as I mentioned, Good Morning, Miss Bliss, which actually had, which of course Dustin Diamond was a part of that, along with Log Voorhees, who played Lisa Turtle, Mark Paul Gosler, who played Zach Morris, and Richard Haskins, or Dennis Haskins, who played Principal Belding. They were all in the prequel, I guess if you want to call it that. Good Morning, Miss Bliss. Um, and then they basically transitioned to Saved by the Bell. He also starred in the spin-off series Saved by the Bell, The College Years, and Saved by the Bell, The New Class, as well as the franchise films Hawaiian Sound Wedding in Las Vegas. However, he does not appear in the Peacock revival. I connected with Dustin earlier this evening, and although the news of his diagnosis is heartbreaking, we remain positive that he'll overcome this. Fellow Saved by the Bell star Mario Lopez shared shortly after Diamond's diagnosis. Praying for him and his family and for a speedy recovery. God bless. Outside of the Saved by the Bell franchise, um, Diamond has appeared in Big Fat Liar, Dickie Roberts, former child star, Tom Goes to the Mayor, Robot Chicken, Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell, and more. And as previously mentioned by a couple of you, he also was involved with celebrity boxing as well. I don't remember if he had a match with, I think it was Danny Bonaducci, I think. But, anyways, see what you guys have been saying here since I last checked. You guys have been real active tonight. That's what happens when you get a whole weekend off to just chill out, right? So we already caught that. And I think we got all that. See. Yeah, we already saw that. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Bar fights are the best. Lagging, sorry to hear, Mike. Upload, I'm tired. I don't want to go down stairs and get my assault cannon of the printer. I'm out loud. I had no idea that he was in a lot of Adult Swim stuff. I didn't either. You know, D. Roberts is so underrated, hilarious movie. Um, Action Toys Channel, Cobra, Assault Cannon. Um, no Kanan for my adept in Minkus auto entry. Okay, so anyways, we have one more story to go through. Um, then we'll start to wrap up and do this day in each history. We're already at an hour and 41, so I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. Actually, we're at hour 42 now, so um, we got one more story to get to here. If I can find it. Here we go. Here it is. And particularly after that sad little story, um, my kids love that movie and the Brady Bunch movie. My little princess and I used to do the keep on dancing dance to entertain the family. Now she's a mom, and I bet doing the dance with her. Um, how about that Warhammer 40K stuff, Mike? Okay. Um, So, anyways, the last main story of the night here: Teen Titans. What happened to Tara following her sacrifice in Aftershock? Those of you might remember the Teen Titans series of the 2000s. Aftershock was an episode in which Tara ended up sacrificing herself for the Titans. So let's take a look at this. So, an episode of 2003's Teen Titans suggests that Tara could be alive, but she has no interest in rejoining the team. During the Teen Titans Season 2 finale, Aftershock Part 2, former member Tara sacrifices herself and defeats the villain Slade, but turns into stone in the process. The character was thought to be frozen until the season 5 series finale. Things change when Beast Boy comes across a girl who looks exactly like Tara. Although the episode's conclusion doesn't verify whether the girl is Tara, Teen Titans provides a few possibilities on how she came back to life. Beast Boy first comes across this girl while battling a white monster alongside the Teen Titans in Jump City. The shapeshifter immediately tells the team about his discovery, but Cyborg and Raven explain that they already tried reviving her with their powers without any success. This leads Beast Boy to return to the place of her statue, where he finds it missing. He later discovers that the girl from the aforementioned battle is a student at a local high school, persuades her to eat pizza with him. Unfortunately, their meetup goes awry when the girl cannot remember any of the Titans' past adventures with the Teen Titans. The girl reluctantly agrees to go with Beast Boy to Titan's Tower. But while there, she cannot remember any of the details, including her former room. She also denies liking Tara's favorite pizza and enjoying the outdoors. During their time in Tara's old room, she appears to slightly remember a tin heart shaped box Beast Boy made, but it causes her instant discomfort, and she asks to leave. Before her departure, Beast Boy throws mud in her face in a last ditch attempt to trigger her powers. But this simply infuriates the girl who storms off. Beast Boy has one final encounter with the girl at her school, um, where she tells him that things were never the way he remembered, and that the Terra he recalls was just a memory. He eventually accepts that whether the girl is Terra or not, she just wants to live a normal life, and they go their separate ways. As I recall, I think even Slade in some, I don't know, ghostly manner comes back and even tells Beast Boy just as much as what they just stated right there. Um, as I recall that episode. Um, Several of the Teen Titans propose a few theories as to how Terra returned. Robin suggests that Terra freed herself as she is capable of manipulating the earth and stone. Cyborg states that an earthquake could have occurred while the team was absent from Jump City. Raven posed the possibility that the stone effect simply wore off, then explains that Terra did not return to the group as a result of their final encounter as enemies. While Beast Boy searches for Terra, he comes across a robot named Slade, who implies that Terra simply chose to come back without her memory. Although this is possible, Slade is a known manipulator and was likely lying. Season 4's multi-part finale, The End, offers a few possibilities regarding Terra's return. During The End Part 2, Slade reveals that Trigun brought him back to life in return for his servitude, which means that the demon also had the power to revive Terra. The episode also sees the demon turn nearly all of the Earth's inhabitants except the Teen Titans into stone. Trigun's ultimate defeat at the hands of Raven during the following episode, The End Part 3, reversed this action, which could have unfrozen Terra in the process. The girl Beast Boy comes across shows no interest in crime fighting, and any memories she had as Terra are likely buried due to her trauma. While it's possible that Terra came back to life, things change shows that her future does not lie with the Teen Titans. Possibility too that in the process of her coming back, um, in the process of her coming back, she may have also just, you know, she may have had a psychosomatic reaction or something like that where she just chose not to remember because it was too painful. That could have also kind of happened. Hey, let's see. Saw that. Okay. Great times and memories back out. Okay. Tara didn't die. Wasn't Tara in one of the DC movies, like hitting on Slade? I think that was so. Well, I think in the cop there was. Okay, you got to remember too. A lot of these arcs that were in the Teen Titans cartoons were actually based on comic stories. I think there was a comic story that did involve Slade and his battle with the Titans. Of course, Slade in the comics is known as Deathstroke. Okay, and Tara was a part of that as well. Um, which movie, Leto? Let me try to find it. I liked OG Teen Titans when I first saw that go. Garbage. I vomited and realized modern animation is sad. Tara just wanted a normal life. Go is gross. Echo. Agreed. Laugh out loud. Oh, it was Terra and Deathstroke. Laugh out loud. Leto. Either way, I think she was teenage and Deathstroke was old. Is well, okay. In the comics, Leto. In the comics, it was stated that Deathstroke was actually served in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War. Okay, and somehow, I guess through some kind of genetic manipulation, he was able to maintain his youth. I mean, think about it. If we're going on the premise that the Teen Titans cartoon of the 2000s, there, right, was done in like real time. In other words, Teen Titans, they said, was what, 2003 when that episode was made, and Deathstroke there, aka Slade Wilson, maintained his body form, or his, in other words, he didn't age from, let's say, the Vietnam War, which was the late '60s, early '70s, all the way to 2000. That's like 40, 50 years right there. Or no, that's 30 to 40 years right there. For real, just sad, Dave. Look up Terra's Forbidden Love Taboo, of Teen Titans HD on YouTube. Laugh a lot. Very weird. Shouldn't. Uh-huh. Terra and Slade comic book counterparts had a thing. Little. Yeah, that last episode was the what a oh how. I thought he was only in his 60s. Yeah, but yet he still biologically was more like in his what 30s or 40s. You know. So anyway, so yeah, so that's it now for the main stories. Um, wow, we're almost at the full 2 hour mark, guys. I think it's about a good time to start wrapping up. Are you guys ready for this day in each history? Let's see. Yeah, eh, similar. I swear she's 10,000-year-old vampire. Nietzsche it up. Nietzsche Mike. Time flies. Yes, it does. We're a lively crew tonight. You guys were a lively crew with your lively discussion. So, and each king's wisdom is inbound. Okay. So, without no further ado, let's take today being February the 1st, 2021. Let's take a look back at this day in each history. And considering that we just finished the main stories off with Teen Titans, it's actually where we're going to kind of start, in a way, here in that's where we're going to start here in in a way with the niche history today, because I would like to take this opportunity to wish a happy 50th birthday to Hynden Walsh. Now, just in case you guys don't know who Hynden Walsh is, or that name may not sound as familiar to you, probably her best known role is as Starfire from the Teen Titans Go cartoons. She's also voiced Princess Bubblegum in Adventure Time and Penny Sanchez in Chalk Zone. So I'd like to wish a happy 50th birthday to Hynden Walsh, most notably the voice of Starfire. Here, in fact, I should probably. I just kind of went and read it, but there's her information right there. Hynden Walsh, the voice of Starfire. The voice actress turns 50 years old today, so I'd like to wish her a happy 50th birthday. Wow, she's 50. Yeah, you hear Starfire's voice, and you're coming to the realization that today she's 50 years old. It's like, can't blame a VA for taking a job. I kick. Yeah, so anyway, um, so with that, then, let's move on to the next bit of history here. On this date, um, 25 years ago today, DC Comics would release on the newsstands the 695th issue of Detective Comics. This, of course, is a post crisis Batman story titled The Gray Area, written by Chuck Dixon, penciled by Tommy Lee Edwards, inked by Scott Honda, lettered by John Costanza, and the coloring done by Gloria Vasquez. It was a 32-page book that cost $1.95. So on this date, 25 years ago today, the issue 695 of Detective Comics went on sale. Let's see what you guys been saying here. Hi, Kiba. No. How about that? So, okay, so now, with that, okay, the next piece of history here comes in 1997, so 24 years ago today. On this date, 24 years ago today, on TV Asahi in Tokyo, give me a sec here. Done this. On this date in 1997, which was 24 years ago today, the penultimate episode of Sailor Moon Sailor Stars penultimate episode of Sailor Moon Sailor Stars aired on TV Asahi in Tokyo. Sailor Stars was the Sailor Moon series that actually was not dubbed, I believe, in the United States. Or if it was probably just done more recently. But for a long time, it was not dubbed because it was considered highly controversial, as they were at the time trying to make it more of a kids show. and Sailor Stars, they felt they just couldn't do anything editorial wise, due in large part to the changes in, you know, gender in terms of the transformations of the Sailor Scouts. So, um, so on this date in 1997, 24 years ago today, the penultimate episode, second to last episode of okay, Fighting Evil by Moonlight. Yeah. Yes, the anime that was on Nick's thoughts, um, his thoughts shirt. um, Winning Love by Daylight. Yep. Yeah. So on this date in 1997, the second to last episode of Sailor Moon, Sailor Stars aired on TV Asahi. Never running from a real. She is the one named Sailor Moon, right? So, with that being said, there's one more piece of niche history we can talk about here, which happened 5 years ago today. On this date, 5 years ago today, see here, from the Legacy Arena at the Birmingham Jefferson Convention Complex in Birmingham, Alabama, WWE would host its Monday Night Raw event. In the main event of the show, saw Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose teaming up to defeat New Day members Big E and Kofi Kingston. Also on the card, you saw Sasha Banks defeat Becky Lynch, Dolph Ziggler beat Kevin Owens, Big Show beat Eric Rowan um, of the Wyatt family, I believe. I believe Eric, in fact, no, actually it was Luke Harper. I was trying about to say that Eric Rowan was the one who died recently, but no, that was Luke Harper. Charlotte, with her father, Ric Flair, in the corner, lost to Brie Bella with Alicia Fox in the corner, and so on and so forth. So, on this date, 5 years ago today, from the Birmingham Convention Complex, WWE hosted Monday Night Raw. Was the only other anime on in the afternoon. Yep. So with that all being said, guys, I know we're just past the 2 hour mark, so that's still kind of good. I think we had a good fun time tonight. We had a pretty lively conversation. We did get through the 6 stories eventually. And I thank you guys again for joining me. And I hope to see you guys back here tomorrow night for another edition of the Mikestand. Of course, don't forget on Friday, be bringing Batgoat in. We'll of course be doing our normal we'll be covering November of 1936 for that. Also, I think Batgoat will be showing us a scan of him in Tug's Comet as well. So until tomorrow night, guys. Bye.